Randy, it's Monday the 13th, not
Hmm.
Friday the 13th. Does that mean today is an absolutely freaking fantastic day?
Yeah, I think it's our lucky day as
Yeah.
opposed to Friday the 13th. So, wow, we're almost well, I hate to say halfway through the month. We can see
Close.
it from here.
Over
We
the
look to the
horizon.
end of the week. Yeah, we can see it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Randy Wooden with Goodwill Industries of Northwest North Carolina, director for our professional center based here in Winston. I think you know me by now. I run the center. We help people throughout the country, but mostly here in the Triad with their job search. If you're maybe a professional or you know somebody who is and is out of a job or maybe thinking about, I'll say proactively looking, reach out to me. I'm happy to help. And as you know, we're free. We work by appointment. So you can find me and we're happy to get you on the calendar. But a couple of times a week, Teddy and I get together, and Wednesday is our big show. But all Mondays, like today, we talk some shop talk, little fun stories, tips, and a little trivia history today. We're gonna have a little fun today with that, Teddy. So put your seatbelt and thinking cap on.
So you did a little extra work this time for your on
Nothing extra. Now you didn't pay me anymore. I'm just doing the bare minimum.
yeah, well, I'm off.
Bare,
I'm willing to double what we pay you, Randy. But
bare
let me
minimum.
let me tell the audience who I am. For those who've never met me, I'm
Yeah.
Teddy. I'm a LinkedIn strategist, trainer, and coach. I help businesses and individuals who want to get more out of LinkedIn on a regular basis with one-on-one coaching, corporate training. I do webinars. I have a YouTube channel. I got a brand new 5-day LinkedIn profile challenge coming up in April, where I'm going to so
Hmm.
5 days, fast-paced content, help people build a professional LinkedIn profile. But beyond that work stuff, that the only person who really cares about it is my boss slash wife. Every week, Randy and I get together, and
Yeah.
Randy is charged with doing some research before we tell our stories and share our tips. So let's see what
I
Randy did
got
with
it.
the research.
I will tell you this now. So on this day in history, this is March 13th.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot going on with births and deaths, but events galore. So let's hit the births. First of all, a little trivia piece.
No births or deaths.
There were some, but not a whole lot of folks that made
Not newsworthy.
made newsworthy. Let's put it that way. So this one's a little fun. This was a birth 1855. A guy named Percival Howell, no Lowell, Percival Lowell, did something, and he was a U.S. astronomer. He predicted the discovery of Pluto. Now
He
he predicted
predicted
it.
it.
He didn't discover it. So I don't know. I don't know that he called it Pluto. I don't know what he called it, but he said, out there's going to be another planet. We're going to discover it one of these days. So just keep that in mind, Pluto, because we'll get back to it later. And
Oh,
there's
okay.
a test on
Okay.
it. So
Percival and Pluto.
yeah. So keep that in mind. L.
Uh,
Ron Hubbard, kind of notorious, I guess, depending on your view of things with this Scientology cult or group, whatever you want to call it. He was born in 1911. And remember the song "Love Will Keep Us Together"? Love will keep us
yep,
together.
yep,
Yep.
yep. I
I
have the I
won't sing.
have the album.
I won't sing it anymore. But Neil Sedaka, born on this date, 1939. Deaths on this date. I, I know you know a lot about a lot of things. I'm not going to put you on the spot here to name the number, but the year was 1901. Benjamin Harrison passed away. He, in terms of the order, he was the 23rd president. 23rd.
Who was he?
I wasn't going to ask you, who's the 24th, 22nd. Benjamin Harrison. Just a couple of years ago, 2021, marvelous Marvin Hagler, great middleweight fighter. He took on Sugar Ray. I think he may have taken on Duran. And I mean, just some classic fights in the 80s. This guys could brawl. He passed away. And then just last year, actor William Hurt died. All right. So here's some trivia stuff for you.
Wait, I'm going to go back to Neil Sedaka for a moment.
He wrote it.
Was he the dude who wrote the song "You're Having My Baby"?
He may have been.
I'll have to go research that. Go ahead, buddy.
Research
We'll
that.
come back to that.
All right. So events on this date. The year was 1781. William Herschel did something. He discovered something.
I remember that name. I don't know why.
Well, he discovered Uranus.
Well, there's a buddy of mine who has a cat that's a rogue cat, and the cat won't come out of the dude's bathroom. And so he's got a Ring camera in his bathroom. And I'm like, dude, I am never coming to your house if you got a Ring camera in your bathroom. Is that how this dude discovered my anus?
That will go uncommented on, but yeah, he discovered Uranus on this date in 1781. Also on this date, 1877, a guy named Chester Greenwood patented something. Chester Greenwood.
The stamps.
Earmuffs. You know, but he invented them when he was a teenager, and then he later patented those.
Wonder why he invented them, Randy.
I think his ears were cold.
Could be.
It showed like a drawing diagram of earmuffs, and anyway, so there's that. All right, so the year was 1930. Clyde Tombaugh discovered something, and I'll just get to the point. He discovered Pluto.
He did,
yeah. On the same date. 65 years later, 75 years later, the one guy predicted it, and then this other dude actually discovered Pluto.
So what I'm guessing that Clyde was walking by Percival's grave, and he heard Percival say, "Look to the right."
It's there. All right, we're gonna have a little financial fun here, and this I don't claim to be a whiz, and I looked this up online. So it's not current as of today, I think in the last year or so. So the numbers will fluctuate. But on this date, the year was 1986, Microsoft had its initial public stock offering. So you start thinking of, well, did you have an extra $100 or $1,000 to invest in Microsoft when they started? And if so, what's it worth today? So I did a little checking on that.
You pull out your calculator or your abacus?
I cheated. I looked online and somebody did the work for me. You would have bought 47 shares at about $21 a share. Of course, this stock splits and everything else. So where would you sit today? Ballpark?
10 mil. Ballpark. 10 mil.
I would have thought high. I would have thought more of what you just said. It said over 3 million.
Oh, I would.
And that was that was just for $1,000. But they pay dividends on the stocks, and you would make over $30,000 a year in dividends alone.
Oh, Lordy. Now, see, that's the magic, Randy, right there. Actually, that might be a show we do one day, because a good friend of mine, his entire retirement plan is based on dividend-paying stocks.
Yeah, so that could keep you in cheeseburgers for the rest of your life. 30 grand a year. I mean, it's buys a lot of cheeseburgers.
Yep.
A lot of craft beer and cigars.
Yep, absolutely. So
all of that. All right, so quick story for you. And this, some folks know I had some health issues about 14 years ago with cancer. Thankfully, cancer-free. We're 14 years in, and just had a lot of engagement on social media and just through friends and whatnot, and just that it was I guess a message of encouragement for others that people can survive cancer. And so my thought, and I deal with this in the job work that I have with clients, and that is to be an encourager. I tell, hey, nobody gets out alive, so it's not like if you do this, you're going to live forever. But while you're here, can you encourage other people? And whether that's in the job search or just from a personal one-on-one to maybe they're going through some challenges. So be mindful of being that encourager in life. And you know what, if you're in need of encouragement, don't hesitate to ask for it. I mean, there's plenty of people out there that want to be supportive. Yeah. They just don't know that you're going through issues.
Yep. I'm with you. So talked to a lady this morning who she needed some encouragement. She's trying to, move herself forward and not sure where to go. And probably one of the things that really helped her the most was me encouraging her to stay the journey. Don't give up. Stay the journey. And look for help along the way, because that's critical. So
I get you.
Yeah. Hey, here's my story, buddy. Stop looking so damn hard. Okay. I'll never forget. I've been running this business for 13, 14 years now. And plow forward, keep going, prospect, keep, calling people and trying to find business and looking for business. And you know where most of my business comes from, Randy? Out of left field, didn't even see it freaking coming.
It's out there.
And what happened is that I've proven to myself time and time again, I can bust my butt prospecting and cold calling. And I stopped doing that years ago. The majority of my business came from people telling other people about me, people discovering me online because I do the branding work. And back in those days, for me, I thought I lived a life of feast or famine. Okay. I bust my butt so hard and I had so much work that I didn't have time to do more work, to do more prospecting. And it would do like this. Yep, but what I've discovered now is that just, be reaching out, be starting conversations. That's above my head. Very important reason why it's above my head. But I think when we push too hard, we miss out on hidden opportunities, or we miss out on opportunities that we just didn't see coming.
Yep. It's life, and we learn as we go. So
Good
for you. Hey, Teddy, good guest coming up this week.
Yeah. Chase Law is going to join us. Chase is, let me make sure I say this right. I want to say executive director, but maybe it's not the right term. Executive director. It's president and CEO of the Arts Council in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Arts Council, And it's going to be a great conversation because, a lot of us, grumpy old man, I'm talking about me right here, don't necessarily think about the impact that the arts industry has on our business. Randy, I had a conversation with Chase, and it's phenomenal. Wow. The impact that arts industry has on our city is phenomenal. And Chase is going to bring some conversations about what this is all about and what's happened in the last few years in the arts industry. So Chase Law, president of the Arts Council in Winston-Salem, will be 11:55 a.m. This coming Wednesday, and it'll be a great conversation.
I think Leadership Winston has, and a part of that, I'm an alum of that now, and I'm on some committees. And I think one of the committees, we were kicking around ideas about different events around art. And part of that was how to monetize art.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing to have a passion for it and to draw and do all kinds of stuff in art, but how do you make a living at it? How do you monetize that talent? And so that was a topic that maybe Chase will get into as well. So anyway, so there's that. Looking forward to that. We had Mary Bergstone on last week talking about how schools are preparing students for careers beyond high school. And, part of that whole career journey thing is LinkedIn. And I guess my tip today is to be mindful that LinkedIn allows you to leverage your existing relationships to build new ones. And I ran across a couple of clients here in the last several weeks that have been a bit hesitant to reach out to ask for networking help when they could look at Teddy Burriss and see, okay, Teddy's connected to John Doe. Hey, Teddy, could he introduce me to John Doe? And they've just been hesitant to do that for a variety of reasons. And I've tried to encourage people, hey, that's why Teddy's on LinkedIn. And, so it never hurts to ask. And sometimes people are a bit hesitant to feel as though they are begging or whatever. So just get past that to the degree you can. And use LinkedIn for its purpose. And if there's anybody who knows what the purpose of LinkedIn is, it's my cohort right here. So.
I wrote this edict, and you know me, Randy. I live and die by my edicts. And one of the edicts is networking is finding, developing, and nurturing relationships that mutually move people forward through life. And so mutually means I got to be willing to help others if I expect others to be able to help me.
Yep.
So help people out and they'll help you. And that's how networks thrive. So, good tip. Here's mine, Randy. I've had some conversations with people over the last week or so about freelancing and side hustles. And you and I both know lots of people who have freelance jobs and have side hustle jobs. My business has the opportunity to do freelance work for about 5 different companies that do trainings. I do training and coaching all over the globe through a company called Task Human. And I think that we need to get past many of our preconceived perceptions what freelancing and side hustles are all about. I think it's such a big part of our ecosystem today that we should not only accept them, but we should celebrate people who do that kind of work. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a different mindset. And again, I think back years ago, this conversation came up with somebody I used to work with. They said, I'd go out on my own in a heartbeat, but it's the health insurance issue.
Yeah.
And, certainly when companies had pensions, that was another issue that kind of kept you there. But those benefits, if those things could be equal, whether somebody's employed with a company or self-employed, if we could even out and take away health insurance as
a barrier,
the tie that binds kind of thing, you may see even more of that gig economy, but that's a topic for another day.
Yeah. So, all right, man, I will see you Wednesday, 11:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with Chase, and you take care until then.
Wait. Isn't that going to be daylight savings time?
Oh, my God.
Daylight savings time is on Sunday the 12th. So is that standard time or is that daylight savings time?
Man, it don't make me think so hard.
I don't know. Anyway, we'll see.
We'll figure it out, buddy.
We'll see you next time.
All right, bye.